Hello everyone, welcome back to the Twitter retention mini course. We are in week 4. This is what I'm calling the graduation phase of the mini course, one where we will look into what you might do afterwards. And yep, that's about it really. There's no point elaborating on that too much. So today we're going to talk about the benefits of joining a community. Okay, so before we jump into the points we need to consider, what is an online community? Now, for anyone who's been on the internet for a while, you'll probably remember the days of forums. They still exist, but back in the day, forums were the place where people interacted, where they shared ideas. There were lots of gamer forums, which still seems to be prevalent. But I think with the rise of Reddit and Quora, I can't pronounce that, and other sites like that, they seem to have sort of upgraded the idea of a forum. Twitter um, is a kind of place where online communities are more prevalent, I would say, than other social media platforms. There's definitely a more social element to it. I think you could argue the Facebook have you can form your own groups, but by and large, from my perspective, Facebook have shot themselves in the foot. Their drive for monetization and really paying attention, focusing on one transactional mindset has totally destroyed Facebook's reputation and ability to have online communities because they lack that organic element to them. So Twitter has that element, but not specifically within the platform. I have noticed a new feature which says communities, but I haven't ventured into it yet. Twitter is a good place. It's almost a starting point. Um, some people call them funnels, but it's good just to think of them as more of a starting point on a route to somewhere else. Discord is where a lot of people host their communities. It's got that sort of easy layout and format. You'll all know because we have a Discord community page. Um, and online communities are great places to learn, interact, and that's why they play well into sort of entrepreneurial area, if you want to call it, the entrepreneurial mindset or the preference for your online endeavors. So communities are very much a part and parcel of making money online, on Twitter. There probably are other ones, but I think we don't want to spread ourselves too thin. So online communities are often touted as the future of business. I'd agree with that. I really do think these are a great place to share ideas, to meet like-minded people, to learn from experts. So so we're gonna move on to the next section. I'm sorry, I've just noticed that I've got a big old typo there. Okay, so yeah, online communities are touted as the future of business, and as far as I'm concerned, Twitter is fertile ground to plant an online community. You can do ones yourself, so keep that in mind. You can also consider that as part of your networking. And it really does lend itself to collectives and networks. Okay, so points to consider. Not all communities are created equal. They perform different functions, but also they have different levels of quality, different levels of experts. So they're not all equal. Some focus on engagement. So you'll hear people talk about engagement groups a lot. I would say that sometimes that's slightly unfair. Quite some of the engagement groups that I've been part of are evolving as the creators learn. They also steal ideas from the other communities they're in. You'll see a lot of cross-community action as well. People will be part of various communities. And on Discord, you can actually see the servers that you share, which means the Discord servers. So you can see what engagement groups people are in. But yep, some of them are more engagement focused, which means sharing likes, sharing retweets, sharing commenting cycles where if you are part of a specific part of that group, you're expected to comment if on various other accounts to boost their engagement. And once you've done that for 5 or 10, I suppose, I'm not really sure what the numbers are, but then you will post your link and the same thing will be repeated. And a lot of stuff happens within these engagement groups to help improve things like threads and various other things. So there is a lot of good points to engagement groups, but some of the engagement groups are focused on that specifically. Other communities are more for client acquisition. So if there's people who want to make money online via client work, it's a community more for hard core entrepreneurial stuff. So if you're looking to make a SaaS product, if you are looking to build communities, there are some expert community builders. If you're looking to promote web services, copywriting, content writing, web design, SEO, everything you can think of. If you're thinking of specifically focusing on getting clients, there are communities for that. So you might want to not go for the engagement groups because you're more focused on clients. You don't care about likes and retweets. It's all about writing content to get paid work. Others, investment is just an example. There is a specific group. I think what's the guy called? I think Your Friend Andy. He has a specific Discord investment group, so it is solely for things like cryptocurrency, stocks, everything like that. So the reason I say that is, let's say you have this is harking back to the previous lesson when we talk about your investment plan. You might only have $50 to $80 that you're willing to invest a month. What you really need to do is you need to think, okay, so what does that get me? Do I pay $30 to 2 engagement groups? That only leaves me with $20. That's not a great deal to work with. You might then say, well, this investment group is $60, but actually that's going to be more valuable for me. I will get more value out of the investment group than I would an engagement group. Likewise, if you're looking to get clients, but you'd like to do investment or get engagement, you really have to pick which is the one for you. On top of that, you may want to use a Twitter tool like Tweet Hunter. That's $50. So this is why the last lesson I made quite a stringent emphasis on setting a budget, understanding it, so that you can focus your investment in the right place. Okay, and there are other groups which I think generalist would be the better term for them. That doesn't mean that they are in any way lesser groups. In fact, I think the generalist ones are the highest quality. They can pick the parts of various other things and give you the whole package. And the generalists that are run by experts are the ones that really do produce the best results, and they produce the best creators and the best Twitter accounts. And you'll often see the generalist, high level generalist communities. They will then have offshoots. So a lot of the newer generalists or the newer engagement groups, they all come from these bigger groups. And I would say one example is the masterclass. That is one that has a small engagement group or engagement groups per follower size, but they have far more involved rooms where you can develop your profile, you can have your threads critiqued by bigger accounts, and that's one of the things to be mindful of. The account, whoever runs the account, they set the tone of the quality, and that's who you have access to. So if you were to be part of the masterclass, you have access to accounts, and all of the admins generally have 80,000 and above follow accounts. So you can sort of see that this is the sort of quality advice you're going to be getting and experience. Okay, so I would say there's value in most communities, but I think that you have to choose wisely. And again, let's reiterate the point. Most communities have paid membership models, approximately $30 a month, but things like client acquisition and investing, I think, are higher, roughly 50, 60. You need to focus on the community to service your goals. So you should never just join a community because someone says this is great for Twitter growth. Fair enough, but what is that specifically what you need? Because you can get Twitter growth advice from Twitter itself for free. I've been giving you advice, so could you just extract that information and rather focus on a different sort of group? That would be my suggestion, and I think that that is going to serve you better. I will be giving some examples of the things I promote in this course, but I need to emphasize you should only take on opportunities that serve your goals. So I need to make that point quite clear. You can also check if the community comes with an affiliate option, and I would say that most Twitter communities do. So, and the masterclass does. I'm pretty sure that Growth Compass does. It does, yes. Supreme Movement, I'm not sure about, but a majority of the communities will have an affiliate option. So that is something that you can factor into your plans. If you are thinking about affiliate marketing, you should always ask, because if there is an option that you can make some affiliate commissions, and then the communities pay for themselves. And an example is I don't actually pay for Masterclass now, technically, because of the affiliate commissions that I make. That means that I'm part of the community, but it doesn't come out of my budget anymore. We're thinking about in the long run. Okay. So let's have a look at the benefits of communities in a little bit more detail. They help you to grow faster. You can build relationships. You can improve your profile, which means that you can, if you hark back to one of the, I think, the lessons from week 1, you will be able to improve the monetization value of your profile. That'll lead to faster growth, access to experts, again, depending on what community you choose. There's that can lead to higher quality learning materials. So a lot of the communities will give out course materials, or they will give you discounts on some of their higher premium add-ons. A lot of them run competitions like growth competitions, affiliate competitions, highest performing tweets. So if you can have viral tweet competitions. One of the big things obviously is the support, the encouragement from your peers, and if you really are struggling, pretty sure you can normally DM some of the bigger accounts and they can help you. And again, the affiliate option. But with all ups, there are always downsides. So the better communities aren't free. It's worth pointing that out because we need to think about our investment strategy. They're not guaranteed success. So while I could say, oh, by the way, I'm part of the masterclass, it's really great, I can't personally guarantee that's going to mean that it's going to be a success, because it all depends on what you put into it. And sometimes some people will join a community and they realize it's not for them, which is you can't guarantee it's going to suit everyone. So you should always constantly reevaluate whether you're getting the most from the communities you're in, even if you're in free ones. There was one time where I was in quite a lot of Discord servers, and I had to leave them because there was just too much going on, too many open loops, and even though a lot of them were free, I decided it was within my interests to scale back. Some of them, in fact most of them, do have a bit of a Darwinian ethos. Again, I don't subscribe to that, but I think there is a tendency for Twitter to have this approach that if you can't make it, it's because there's some sort of inherent flaw. I don't subscribe to that at all. I think it's just a case that sometimes people fall between the cracks, or the support at the bottom, at the base, when you first start, isn't quite there, which is something I'm looking into, and whether I can create a community to tackle that specific area. More on that soon. Okay, and then the last point, some communities, they suck. There's no point pretending that they're all good, they're not. Some of them are very multi-level marketing adjacent, that you'll buy a product and you'll join the community. The sole reason is you promote that community and that product. And unless there's value behind it, it's literally just MLL stuff. You only buy something to promote it, and that's the means to the end. I hate that sort of thing. I'd never suggest joining a community which forces people to do certain things to join it, i.e. you have to send this many RTs, you have to do this many likes, you have to do this and that. I have seen a lot of people come from these communities, and often a lot of the affiliate marketers who are very bad direct messaging techniques, they normally come from these communities as well. And it's really, it's bad praxis across the board. Okay, that's the end of lesson 2. So we'll jump over to, oh dear, well anyway, this is the action sheet. You don't need to see the title page. So for today's lesson, I want you to revisit your niche and your USP. The reason why is we need to work out what kind of community that would suit you, because it has to align with your niche and your unique selling point. You're going to be creating content from your niche, and you are going to be positioning your authority from your niche. You have to have a community that supports that niche, or maybe if it's not a niche, your focus for the future. So if your long-term strategy is client acquisition, getting clients to promote a service, you need to have a community that focuses on that. If you just want to grow on Twitter, but you want to do it sustainably, again, you need that community. Or if you're looking to do investment, that community. So that is what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to look at your niche and USP again, and then work out what community would I be looking to do. And that reiterate the point from last lesson, only invest in courses, products, and community that drive you closer to your goals. So what we can do is, once you've looked at your niche, your USP, and you have an idea of what kind of community you'd like to look at, we can then maybe devise an individual plan for everyone. And I can always go and look for other communities if I haven't come across them myself, because there are some that I promote, there are some I know about, but there might be some in different types of areas that I haven't come across. I'm happy to go and look for that for people, because for me, I don't want to push people in a direction because it suits me. That really would be counterproductive to this entire course. This entire course is not built around what I want. It's built around keeping people on Twitter, and the only way we can keep people on Twitter is if they are working towards their goals. This is all about you. It's nothing to do with me. If we do align, then obviously we can work together on certain things. And to revisit the last point I made, I am thinking about extending this mini course into an ongoing community with the sole purpose of helping people at the beginning of their journey. That's kind of where I feel like there is a gap. And whenever there's a gap, I feel like that's the place where my focus should be. Okay, that's it for now. Have a revisit of your niche and your USP and ask yourself the question, what community would I need? How can I make progress going forward after this course? And we can discuss it further on the Discord group. Otherwise, you can also DM me and we can discuss this on a one-on-one basis. I'd either DM on Discord or DM on Twitter. Happy to discuss on either. Okay, that's a wrap. This is Momo signing out, and we will have at least 1 or 2 lessons before we close the group. Okay, cheers.